What I spent in a week as a millennial living in Atlanta, let's get right into it. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Nikki. In today's video, I'm going to be giving y'all my real numbers on what I actually spent in a week as a millennial living in Atlanta. Now, I live my life on a budget, y'all. I love being on a budget. I've been on a budget since 2019. I use a budget notebook to track all of my expenses, to budget out my paychecks, to just write every single thing down. If you are interested in it, I will link it down below. But let's get right into what I spend in a week as a millennial living in Atlanta. You may be considering moving here. You may be even trying to visit here, and you may not know exactly how much money you need. So you will hear it from a real person that actually literally lives in Atlanta, grew up in Atlanta, born and raised here, and you're going to see exactly what I spend in a week. Now, these numbers is going to vary person to person depending on what you got going on, where you're hanging out at and things like that. The week that I'm going to be doing this is going to be from October 6th all the way up until October 13th. Let's get right into Sunday, October 6th. And I went to get some gas. I always start my week off by filling up my gas tank. I do have 2 different cars. However, you only drive 1 car at a time. So this week I've been really just driving just this 1 car. Usually on my days off I drive the other car, but I just been focusing on just this 1 car because I'm still in the process of moving back and forth from the apartment to this house, and the Jeep just can hold more items. So I spent $30.18 on gas. Then I also went to McDonald's. Y'all know I love me some McDonald's. My son loves McDonald's as well. I'm always getting a mocha frappe. We spent $21.31 on McDonald's. Now, I also went to Kroger to get my daughter medicine. Sunday, it just was a lot going on last week Sunday, and my daughter was in the hospital. So her medication cost me $31.69. Now, I'm also a part of this vlogging academy where I broke up my payments into 4. If you know anything about Afterpay, Klarna, and all of those different type of things, a lot of times when I'm paying for courses and they're a little bit out of my budget, I will break those payments down into 4 payments. So I paid for a vlogging course. I think this may be my last payment, or next month may be my last payment, but that was $97 because I am trying to do better with vlogging. I do want to vlog a little bit more, but I'm trying to learn from the experts, and that was $97. When I went to visit my daughter in the hospital, I also had to pay for parking because I stayed over the time that, was allowed for free parking, and that was $4. Now, like I just said before, I am still going back and forth from the apartment to the house, so I still have a light bill at the apartment. This particular month, I'm paying for 2 different places, y'all. So I'm still paying for the apartment for the month of October, and then I'm paying for the house from October, on. This month is actually like my month of like bills that I actually have to pay for this house. However, they are not all expensive, just yet. I think the month of November, the bills, that's when I'm probably gonna get like the regular bills. But this month at this house, I think the light bill was like $24, and the water bill, I think it was like 1 something if I'm not mistaken. But I send a set amount to my house fund or my house account, and that money just comes out of that account with all of the bills and the mortgage payments there. So I paid $139.30 for Georgia Power at the apartment. Then on the 6th, I also got Chinese food. Now, don't ask me why I got McDonald's and I got Chinese food. I'm not exactly sure if maybe that's when it actually cleared, or maybe I got McDonald's that morning time and then got Chinese food that night. I'm not exactly sure, y'all. I can't even really remember, if I'm being quite honest. But I spent $24.19 on Chinese food. I probably got Chinese food for dinner, to be quite honest, because that sounds like something that I would get for dinner. And that's all that was spent on the 6th. Moving on to the 7th of October, I had my life insurance payment to actually come out. Now, those types of bills are set up on automatic draft, like I said before. Pretty much like my mortgage payment and the utilities here, that actually comes out of a separate account. I send a set amount of money over there, and those bills comes out. But life insurance, that actually come out of my checking account for my bills and expenses outside of just like the home stuff. So $11.50 was actually taken out of my checking account for life insurance. and that's all that was spent on the 7th. Now on the 8th, I spent $2.15 out of the vending machine. Now at work, I try my best not to buy anything out of the vending machine because if you know, like I know, the stuff in there is expensive. $2.15, and I think I probably got either a candy bar or a soda, but $2.15, that's a lot of money for either a candy bar and or a soda. Also on the 8th is when my son's aftercare fees is due. So on the 8th, $95 was actually taken out of my checking account as well for his weekly aftercare payment. Now, I do have a little bit of a break this week, you know, that we're in because he's out on fall break. So I don't have to pay aftercare fees, which I'm super duper excited about. I can save a little bit of money there. On the 9th of October, I went to Walmart, $23.71, just picking up some little knickknacks from Walmart. Sometimes I go there when I'm trying to cook a meal and I don't have the exact items that I actually need. I need to go there and pick up some stuff. Or if I need to get like some washing powder and those types of things are for around the house, $23.71 was actually spent there, and $27.23 was spent on gas. Now the thing about this car with this Jeep, I have to fill up 2 times a week, even though it's not the whole entire $60 that I actually budget for the week. It's just the fact of the inconvenience of stopping by the gas station 2 times a week. I'm so used to stopping at the gas station once a week, but in this Jeep, because it has that digital dash for the gas, it goes so quick, y'all, and I have to fill up 2 times a week. On the 11th of October, I got Chick-fil-A, and that was $33.29 for the household of 3. These fast food places are getting really expensive, y'all. Like, I remember when you can go to McDonald's and get like a Happy Meal for $5. You cannot even do that anymore. Like, even my iced coffee is like $5 and something. Like, it is getting out of hand. Fast food places are expensive. I mean, food in general is expensive. Let me know how much Chick-fil-A is in your area for a family of 3. On the 12th, I also bought a course from Nikki. If y'all are familiar with Nikki with Deeper Than the Brand, she had some type of ad, or maybe watched a YouTube video. I'm not exactly sure. But she was selling something for $27. And I was like, oh, okay, you know what? I can just, you know, put that money back from my content creator money because the card that I had set up on my phone is actually from my checking account. That's the card that I actually use. So I spent $27 on a course from Nikki. Just still learning about building my brand and being a content creator and those type of things. So I'm very excited about this purchase. I'm still learning, you know, what I can about creating content and those type of things. And I'm just, you know, trying to get all the knowledge that I can. On the 13th of October, I got my hair did, y'all. I got my hair cut. I cut my hair so short because I just wanted to really kind of like start over. Like, I really wanted it to get shorter than this, but my hairstylist, she was like, I don't think you should do that. Just start off gradually or whatever. Just start off small or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. You're right. So I start off with this. I absolutely love it like this. It's a little short bob. I feel like this is going to be, you know, hopefully easy for me to maintain. I do not know anything about hair. I don't like doing hair. I'd rather just throw on me a wig and keep it moving, or either just get me some braids and keep it moving. But I wanted to try something different. I wanted to, you know, better take care of my hair. My hair has been really damaged. I do not, you know, take care of it like how I supposed to. And I just wanted like kind of like a fresh start. Now I am probably going to revert back to my braids because I do work outside. I have that type of job where I work in all of these different types of weather. And I'm a natural girl. So when I sweat, it puffs up. When it rains, it's gonna puff up, and I just don't want to deal with all of that. So I'm just gonna let it air out right now, give braids and wigs a break for now. But probably like near the end of the month, I'm probably gonna revert back to my braids because they are easy to maintain. They're low maintenance. I can just get up and go and don't have to worry about pressing out my hair or taking a wrap down and all those type of things. Also on the 13th, I sent $750 to that house checking account that I was telling you guys about earlier in this video, because I share the cost of this house with somebody else. We have a separate account for that. It's a joint account actually, and we put $1,500 each into that account, and we allow the bills to come out of there. So the water bill, the light bill, we have a house not really a house cleaner. It's my sister. My sister just started her cleaning business. So once a month we have her to come in and deep clean and stuff like that. So that actually comes out of that that checking account as well. We also take out internet, cable, things like that. Every little main bills for this house actually come out of that. So I'm only responsible for $1,500. He's responsible for $1,500, and I just send that over there before the first of the month. So that is what I actually spent in a week as a millennial living in Atlanta, but I take it a little bit further, you guys, and I break my stuff up into categories. I like to budget by categories because this allows me to see how much am I spending in each one of these categories, and if for the following month, should I raise my budget a little bit because am I actually going over what I actually budget for that category, or can I lower it a little bit and put that money elsewhere just in case I'm not spending as much as I say I am. So I have 7 different budget categories. I'm going to start off with my most important category, which is my savings, because that's the most important thing to me. And even though I didn't mention it on this sheet as what I spent in a week as a millennial living in Atlanta, I always prioritize my savings. My savings are set up on automated draft. These items that is taken out for my savings is actually taken out before money is even deposited into my banking account. So the first thing that actually came out within my savings category is retirement, and that was $102.30. Next is investing for $109.39, and then my personal saving, which is $250. Now, next pay period, which is my birthday, October 25th. I'm changing my I'm changing my investments because I want to get that 5% match. I am reading the book, I Will Teach You to Be Rich, and he says that it is best to actually go after that company's match, and my company match at the highest at 5%. So anything I do above 5%, they're only going to match 5%. So I at least want to take advantage of the, entire match at 5%, and I'm going to be investing 5%. Right now, currently, I'm only investing 3%, and that is $109.39. So the total for savings is $461.69 that I spent this week. The next category is my home category, and this week I spent $984.30. The next category is food, and I spent $102.50. The next category is transportation, and I spent $57.41, which is up under that $60 a week budget that I was telling you guys about. The next category is subscriptions, and I didn't have any subscriptions coming out this week, so super excited about that. Neither did I have any debt payments coming out. Now, I did say in my paycheck budget routine that I am going to send a little bit extra money towards debt, because I did have a little bit of extra money that I had in my account for one leftover, and then for my paycheck from what I actually budget for. So I was supposed to send like $113 or $130, something like that, towards the debt, and I'm actually going to probably do that this week to my Discover card, which is due on the 20th. So be looking out for that on the next what I spend in a week type of video. But so far in debt payment, which is the next category, I didn't spend any money this week. The next category is the everything else category. And within my everything else category is just all of those fun things that I want to do for myself. So up under the everything else so far, I had Jordan 1s, which I was supposed to save $60 this month for. And then I had a hair, and that was supposed to be $100. And then I had fun for $200, which gave me a total of, I think, like $360. However, the Jordan 1s got pushed back. So I'm not exactly putting money towards that or funding that right now. I do have $120 that I already have saved for that, but I gotta go and look and see what date did they push the Jordan ones that I actually want to get to, and then I can kind of like create a budget from there. Now, for as the fun category, I guess you would say like all of the deeper than the brand courses and the vlogging course and stuff like that. I guess you could probably say that type of stuff is gonna be coming out of my fun category, because I didn't have it, listed up under the everything else as like courses or personal development or anything like that. So in the everything else category, I spent $250.15 because I did get my hair done. That was $120. It was $100, but I actually tipped her $20. On that note, I was so excited to be able to tip the person who did my hair $20, y'all. Like, I really want to get in that place where I'm making enough money where I can kind of like leave a large tip. I would like to leave like at least $50, to service providers, service workers, and things like that. So that's where I actually really want to get to. I want to be making enough money where I'm able to give a large tip or a decent tip to someone, that's providing those types of service for myself or in restaurants and things like that. But that is all what I spent in a week as a millennial living in Atlanta. If you want to know how I actually set up my budget for the month of October, check out this video next.